What's good with y'all, man? I'm back for another video, and today I'm about to talk about the black community has to change, the narrative of black people has to change, that's what I'm gonna be talking about in this video today. So if you're new here, man, I'm gonna just be ranting, I'm gonna just be speaking, expressing my feelings. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe, like the video, comment, comment some video ideas or whatever you want to comment, anything to help the channel. So the black community, the narrative has to definitely change. Y'all know the narrative: violence, being a thug, selling drugs, sleeping with 50 different women. This narrative definitely has to change. And as a black person, I'm not proud of my community at all, not even in the slightest bit. I'm not proud of my community at all as a whole, as the vast majority. I know it's some individuals that's elegant, very introspective, very smart, very talented and bright, and is trying to go places in life. I know it is, it's a select few of people of color, black people who are trying to go places in life, but the vast majority is just violent, ignorant. If you're a decent black man who's wearing suits, who's elegant, who's different from the crowd, then you're looked down upon, You're looked at as a weirdo, you're looked at as a lame, you're looked at as a cornball, And that's what Russell Wilson is a good example of that. Russell Wilson is getting shamed and ostracized and ridiculed in the media as we speak because he's a stand-up person. He speaks his truth. He carries himself in a different demeanor. He carries a different energy from a lot of black people that are around him. So of course he gets ostracized and scrutinized and judged for being a stand-up black person, because he's not a thug. He don't sag his pants. He don't walk around trying to intimidate people. He don't walk around like he got something to prove, like he's trying to intimidate somebody. He's just a chill, hardworking young man who's just a pretty cool guy, He's normal. He don't have to act up. He's humble. Russell Wilson is a good dude, but he's getting ostracized in the media right now, and that's a perfect example of how, if you're a person who is dark-skinned, like me, if you're dark-skinned, nobody's really gonna respect you as much, especially in the black community. Nobody's going to respect you as much, especially black women. Black women are not going to respect you as much if you're dark-skinned. If you're light-skinned, you'll get more respect than the black community, definitely, from black women and people just in general, because light-skinned dudes, the narrative on light-skinned dudes in the black community is light-skinned dudes are the pretty boys. They the F boys, and I don't want to cuss, but, they're the pretty boys to black women. So most black women go for light-skinned dudes, I'm not saying all black women do this, but I'm saying the vast majority of them in the hood areas, in the places where you see a lot of black people at, like highly black populated places, you will see the black woman always going for the dude who's light skinned, the pretty boy, or either the thug, either the two. They're either gonna go for the dark skinned dude who's a thug, who's ignorant, who's always getting into something, reckless, living life on the edge, violence, or they're gonna go for that pretty boy, light-skinned dude, A dude like me, most black girls wouldn't go for. That's why I know a lot of people don't really want to be around me, because I possess a different type of energy from a lot of black people that are around me. I don't act thug at all. I don't act a hood. I grew up in the hood for a minute, but I don't act in that way. I have a very elegant demeanor about myself. I carry myself in a different way. I'm philosophical, I'm introspective, So I just have a different energy, I'm just righteous. I'm not really like other black people, That's not to be like offensive, it's just telling the truth. I'm just telling the honest to God truth. I just carry a different energy from a lot of black people, especially around the hood areas where I grew up at, But I just want to come at y'all with this video and just express my feelings for a minute, and just tell y'all how I'm feeling, man. That's really how I feel. I'm not excited about the black community, this place that we're headed down is a very dark place. If we keep pushing this narrative that every black person has to be hood, every black person has to tote guns, have drugs, they always have to sleep with 50 different women to be cool. You got to lose your virginity at 12 years old to be cool. The black community is a really foul group of people, as a vast majority. Not all, but the vast majority is just foul. Ignorant, nasty, stinking. But most black women, ghetto black girls, they stink. You know, they not sophisticated. They just nasty. They got nasty attitudes. They too masculine. You know, they go where ignorance is. That's where most black people like to do. Ignorance, violence. You know, and I always wonder, let me tell y'all this before I get off this video. I always wondered, growing up in school, why do the black girls always go for the dudes who are always in trouble? Why do they gravitate towards the dudes who are always into some BS all the time? Why do they gravitate towards the dudes who are always ignorant? I guess that's how black people are raised. I guess it's the conditions that most black people are in. But if you're like anything like myself, I grew up in the hood too. I could have been in that lifestyle. I knew people who went to jail. I knew people who toted guns. I knew people who sold drugs and did all type of illegal stuff, who's in and out of jail. And they still get the women. They still get black women. You know, so that just tells you how effed up this community really is. You know, because I've seen it firsthand. I've seen dudes beat up on girls. I've seen dudes cuss out girls. I've seen dudes hold guns. I've seen dudes do all type of crazy stuff. But I wasn't a product of my environment. You know, I grew up, I matured. You know, I changed. You know, I evolved. And I'm happy that God put me on the right path, you know, to change and to really innovate and to be something one day. Because I know I'm going to be something one day. You just can't be a product of your environment in a negative way. So that's all I got for you on this video, man. The black community, the narrative has to definitely change. The ignorant, thug, you know, violent type of narrative definitely has to change. You know, and I know I have a lot of potential. I just got to put it to my use. I got to put quality out into this world so I can lead by example, because people aren't really going to listen to you talk, you know, unless they resonate with you. But unless they resonate with you, they're not going to really listen to words. They're going to listen to action. So I got to be a man of action. I have to really step up and lead and be the innovator and start creating things, you know, and really just help the black community wake up and help the world wake up, really. That's my goal. I'm really trying to innovate this world. I'm really trying to cleanse this generation. I'm really trying to be the frontier leader for that. But, you know, a lot of y'all got to start making YouTube channels too. Don't be scared to make a YouTube channel and speak truth, you know. But that's all I got for y'all in this video. I ain't going to drag it out too long. But the black community definitely has to change, you know. You'll get more respect if you're a light-skinned dude in the black community, other than my skin complexion. You won't get a lot of respect if you're a dark-skinned dude, unless you're a thug, unless you're toting guns, shooting people, stomping people in the face, doing ignorant, violent things. Being ignorant, talking out in class, disrespecting people, cussing people out. That's the only time people will respect you in the black community, you know, most of the time. So that's all I got for you on this video. Thank you for watching.